welcome back. This is Curry once again with Cherished Relics Boutique. I'm coming back to you with, actually, it's part 4 of this 67-pound huge 2 tubs from an antique store that I purchased from the owner of the antique store, loaded with jewelry. You can't find part 3 on my posted videos because I actually did part 3 on a live video in the live section of my page. Today's going to be part 4. You guys know I already took out, probably, I don't know, 15 or 20 pounds of scrap stuff. This is the 4th video which I'm covering. So we're going to go over this stuff today. And then there'll probably be a 5th video because that whole thing is all necklaces. And actually inside this box is a lot of the other like little containers that came in there. But I mean, like, that's a cool old, cigar box, a beautiful vintage metal tin right there underneath that picture frame. There's like a little leather jewelry box, I think a men's jewelry box. There's a couple cool items in there. So, it's already been said, I definitely have made my money, my $100 back in this big, huge purchase. Actually, in the part 3, which you'll have to view on the live section of my channel, I did find an absolute stunning, gorgeous Bakelite necklace. It just blows me away. It's absolutely stunning. So there's been a lot of great finds. Today, I'm bringing you a lot of, like little pins, some earrings, some just like random little things. And when I kind of sorted through this, I kind of try to group them together. There's some old watches in here, a few beads, definitely some bracelets. I'm sure there's some scrap stuff in there as well. So we'll get started. My last few videos, I did actually offer the opportunity to purchase from the video any items that you saw. I also always offer like, really, really, really great prices, but it just takes so long to go back and individually go in and edit and price every single item. And so I think I'm going to go back to my original ways, which was always any of my YouTube videos. You're always welcome to reach out to me if you have any interest in doing a private sale in any of the items you see tonight. And then if you just give me a timestamp of those items, I could give you, give you a price. To me, that would be much easier. I mean, if you look in my past videos, the prices are phenomenal. So, I assure you, you'll be very happy with the prices that I offer you. So I'll put the information up here on the screen about how you reach out. You will contact me at cherishedrelicsboutique@gmail.com. And the information is up here on the screen that you will need to send me in order to do a private sale. But anyway, so I just want to be able to make this part 4 as quick as possible. So that will help move things along if I can literally just show the items and move on. Now, again, there's some scrappy, junky things in here as well, because when I purchased this huge tub, I didn't know what I was going to actually get. But 67 pounds, wow, that's a lot of stuff to get for, $100, and I've been really pleased so far. Okay, well, I'm going to grab this bag here that it looks like I have a whole bunch of like random things in here. Maybe some rings, I don't know. Let's just see what we got going on in here. Hey, before I get started, yes, my name is Curry. I'm with Cherished Relics Boutique, and I do part-time sales on eBay, where I have a store under the same name, Cherished Relics Boutique. And then I also do sales through my YouTube videos. Let's see what's going on here. And I'm going to try to go through this quickly. And I'll probably just shove things off to the side. Yeah, it's not magnetic. I don't see any sort of mark anywhere. So I doubt that that is sterling. This is a very old pin. As you see, it's missing some of its little rhinestones there. We've got a little C clasp. This is super old and also super beat up. Yeah, I guess that's a ring. It's really small. Barely fits on my pinky. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I bet you this is a pendant. Oh no, it's an earring. You see right there. All right, I'll put that off with the earrings in case we find a match for that. Okay, we have a ring here that is missing its center rhinestone. You can tell it's a rhinestone because you can see the foil backing there on the inside of that little space there. So these are all just glued in rhinestones, just cheap costume jewelry. Didn't have any like significant value. I think that these are those little wine, the things you put around the stem of a wine glass or a drink to just mark it as yours. They are glass beads. So there you go. Here's a little stretchy ring, you know, cute, but you know, costume jewelry like I mentioned. Here is missing a stone, probably a pearl, more likely a pearl or a round something because it's not the shape of faceted things. But I do not see any brand on that. So that would require some repair. Some people use these as brooches and then they hang them. They hang like little charms from this. I know that Swarovski makes something similar to this. Obviously, this is looking like one big, huge, you know, baby pin, but I think that's how it's used in the jewelry world. So, again, I'm just going to go through these as fast as possible. Just a little bead with some rhinestones in it. Got a whole bunch of really thin, like rings here. There's even more. Let me just grab all of them just to get it done quickly. Another one of those charm things for drinks. Look at all of those. Well, that eliminated a lot pretty quickly. So those all together, maybe someone wears them as like stacked rings or something, but just costume jewelry. Some smaller than others. Yeah, I don't know the story on that one. It's not magnetic. Let me just look with my loupe to make sure it's not like marked for gold or something. I don't believe that's real gold. This is not meant to go on here. This is the same as those rings over there that I already did, but it takes a big heart to teach little minds. Well, I'm a teacher, so I can appreciate that. Okay. There is this costume ring, obviously just a little rhinestone prong set. You know, not real gold or anything like that. Again, these were all found in this huge 67-pound antique tubs that I purchased. 2 huge tubs. Very, very old. I don't know. It looks like it was a brooch that's been broken. So that would require some cleanup, and it's missing some rhinestones there. I've got another pin here, and part of it's broken off right there, but it's very old, as you can see there with the C clasp. Yeah. But now as I'm looking closer at it, I'm thinking it's possible this might be Bakelite, because it definitely gives off a smell when I rub it of possible formaldehyde, which is one of the simple little tricks you can do in being able to identify that. So I have some Simichrome polish over there on my table, so let me just grab that. You know, just so you know, the majority of the stuff that'll be in here, they're not going to be, you know, massive diamond rings or anything like that. But every once in a while you come across something that has a little bit of value. Okay, so you can use 409, the clear version of 409, in order to test for Bakelite. But you could also use something called Simichrome polish, where when you put it on there, if it is actual Bakelite, the pink cream should turn yellow. But I'm going to do it here in an inconspicuous spot. And I'm sure this is also very dirty. I mean, it's old. Vintage. But we're looking for this to react by turning yellow. If it turns yellow, that's a positive reaction for. So it doesn't appear. I don't know, it looks more dirty than yellow. Well, I believe it's old. I'll have to do some further investigation of that. If you look super close, it looks like crackled and stuff. So, okay. And a lot of these pieces can also be broken. Now look at this cute little pin that is broken. It's lost its pin bar here, but it is super old. I mean, look. Would not surprise me if that is sterling. So I'm going to actually put that in a stack for sterling, and we can test it when we get done with this section of stuff. Just a little keychain, Grand Canyon, okay. Just a little like, I don't even know what it is because it's not a ring. I mean, obviously it's just like a disc. It looks like those things that you snap into place. And it also looks like a button, but there's nothing back there to make it a button. So I really don't honestly know what that's supposed to be. I have several, it appears, of these open things without anything actually set in them. I don't know if someone bought them in bulk and, you know, to like set a whole bunch of items into them, but I have those. Okay, this is a pretty cool brooch. Definitely needs to be cleaned up, but I'm just wanting to see if it polishes up a little bit. Oh, it definitely does. I'll leave the right side kind of polished, and the left side you'll see how dull it is. Like even like matte dull, like it'll be shiny around the right, as you see there. So obviously that requires a little bit of a cleanup, but a cool leaf brooch. I don't really see any mark there. Might be made of brass, possibly. So there's that, or what that is. So this obviously is the Shriners, I guess. I don't know anything about it. You see, look, my hands are all dirty because I was holding up my tarnishing cloth. So I'll try to clean it real quick. But he's a unique little pin. Okay, so we got that. This is, in fact, you know, like a hat pin or maybe a lapel pin. I don't know. This is acrylic with some gold tone beads there. It's pretty long, sitting right at about 5 inches long. So there's that. That looks like a real pearl to me, and there might be some marks. It actually kind of looks gold as well. Yeah, that's just a glass pearl. Oh, obviously not real gold. Okay, more of those rings. I guess you could make that like a pendant. I don't know if it's sterling or anything. Wounded Warrior Project, some sort of coin. Okay, I think these are like I think they're like initial rings or something where people would put like their signet ring. Trying to see if this cleans up at all, which it doesn't really. Oh, probably steel or something, but a ring that could be inscribed or something like that. Just a flower, a little detail there. I don't know if this used to be a button or a pin, because that's all I have there. It's just that. Magnetic. Just a simple little leaf pin. No mark on that. Some type of pendant, you know, some sort of pendant or something you can put onto like a zipper or something like that. I think this must like be a part of a watch. You can see it looks like it winds in. So I don't exactly know. I do have a bag of watches over there, so I might set that aside in case I want to look. So this is a ring that has obviously lost 4 pearls, and then a 5th one, and then a 6th one right there. It's just going to go to scrap unless it's some sort of precious metal, but it's not, as you see here. Okay, another little part of a pin. Oh, now this looks very old, significantly old. Look at how uneven those prongs are on this pin, but obviously so old. I'd be interested in doing some research on that. I might take a real quick picture of it real quick. Okay, let's see what we can find here. Yeah, so, you know, similar cameo things. Doesn't look to have anything of any crazy value. But I think the thing that's most interesting about this is the setting. It's obviously got some age to it. Okay, here's another ring, just a little costume thing. So there you go. That appears to be a single earring. I'll put it back there, over there with earrings. Okay, this is like a sweater clip, I guess, maybe? I don't know, because look, it's got this hanging in the middle. Veterans World War, over 100 hours of voluntary service. Maybe they just attached this on like their sweater that, you know, they were wearing while they were, you know, volunteering. Here's another one of those little heart pendants. So there's like two now that I've found. A keychain. I have looked this up, and this is like, that picture is like of all these super old versions of this car. Because I think I found some coins that matched this or something in the tub of things I was looking at. Here appears to be, I guess those are dogs, like two dogs, and they had some paint on them, but have since been lost. Very old. I'm not really sure. That could be antique old. I'm not sure. But I can definitely do some research on that. This appears to be a belly button ring. Not my cup of tea. A couple more of the rings. You see, I thought I picked them all up, and clearly I hadn't. More of them. Okay. And then I have more of these. So I think someone had just picked up a whole bunch of these to be like a craft thing. Now that is a cufflink, I guess. That's supposed to be a cufflink. It kind of looks like a button. Maybe it was part of like some sailor uniform. So if you've ever seen these are used to attach to the backs of necklaces, to if you have like multiple necklaces on at once and you want to keep them like all lined up, or you want to like connect two parts of a necklace where maybe you're twisting it and you want to like, you know, connect it like a big clasp, but that's what those are used for. So I don't know if this is an example of the kind of things that they meant to put in this, but like this doesn't even fit in there. So it's just a plastic cameo. A little, you know, wrap ring, just costume jewelry. I am sure that is, I'll turn on my Presidium real quick and we'll wait on that one. So I guess that's a dragon looking like that. Doesn't look like it was a pin. I'm not actually sure. Let me look closer at the back. I don't see any marks for metal or anything, but that's so old and unique looking, I may still like test it for precious metal. Okay. I have another pendant here that appears to be like a little enameled snowflake. This is interesting looking. This is like links to a bracelet where we're missing part of it. Obviously that says Avon, little piece there. Just another little stick pin, faux pearl. Nothing highly valuable or anything like that. This is like a Catholic, but look, it says sterling. So that's good. We got some precious metal there. A dragonfly. Again, please don't be afraid to reach out. to Cherished Relics Boutique at gmail.com. If there's any items that you are interested in purchasing, I can give you a very, very, very good price. And obviously we can bulk things together and ship to save you in shipping. A cute little dragonfly pin, just costume jewelry. This is another pendant. I don't think it's a precious metal or anything. So there's sort of an enameled and embossed, you know, little ring there. Kind of looks a little bit southwestern to me. This is very beat up. I am not exactly thinking that's gold or anything, but it's obviously super old. In verdigris on it. So I'd be curious to know if it's a precious metal of any type. My sneaking suspicion is no, because it's, oh, there is something written back here. Hold on, I'm gonna have to clean this real quick. I'm gonna show you first. Right here, it says something, but I can't tell what it says because it's, you know, all scungy. It literally has the letters GOLD. So no part of me feels like this could be gold, especially the way it's tarnished like this. I don't think it is, but I will stick it over there in my pile. I mean, you can have some really old gold but I don't know. I'm suspicious of that. We got another ring here that has clearly seen better days. It's men's size ring, obviously. We've got another very simple pin. There's the back, about the size of a quarter. And this is a pendant of some type. It looks like a bride, maybe a bride who survived breast cancer is what I'm thinking. This is a pin here that's missing some of its blue rhinestones. Kind of looks like a snowflake, but, you know, just costume jewelry, nothing to write home about. Most of this is not highly valuable, but you can sit here in the middle of this and find something that is. So this is a little like sword pin with like a moon and a sword. I don't know. I don't know if this stands for something. Some sort of like club or initiation of something. Now, all those stones that are there, they're just like rhinestone. They're not like, you know, prong set or anything. Yeah, they're not real. These are actually little glass kind of beads that are set in there, but I do not believe that's sterling silver or anything. There you go. It's not. A little charm that would go on a bracelet. That's not real. I'm guessing that this is probably amethyst, which is a type of quartz. So there you go. Doesn't look like it would be sterling silver cap on there. This just looks like an acrylic bead, to be honest. I don't know what it went to because the top looks broken. And then this is some type of agate, possibly carnelian, not sure. But, you know, definitely some type of gemstone. Carnelian usually kind of sits on the bottom end of quartz whenever I test it. But those are nice little stones. Okay, and then got this little thing of super cheap rings. But obviously this antique guy was collecting them because he had them all together. Like this old ring that I guess was maybe a bubblegum machine ring. I have no idea, but it changes the picture there. This one does the same thing. I mean, maybe those have some value, like for collectors or something. Here's another one with Santa. Sears has everything. Okay. A little plastic ring that says Pocahontas. I can't imagine that that's Bakelite or anything. I remember these little fake, you know, clock rings. Again, it can change. This is just plastic. Here, it kind of looks like a spoon ring. Oh, no, it's not. But it's either made to look old or it is old. You can see it's resizable there. So I might have to do some research because I'm not sure what that is a picture of. It's not gold, I know that. And here's another one. Okay. You see, like I said, this came from an antique store. I mean, heaven knows how long. This looks like, or somebody wore this and it was a picture of his lady. Wow, that looks so old. Isn't that crazy? I'm looking inside this ring to see if I see any marks for metal, and I don't. Kind of feels plasticky. You can hear that sound. It just doesn't sound right. Okay, so that's all I've got for that bag. But before I move on, I will reach back here and test those couple of things. So let's take a quick look at these things right here. We're just going to do a quick gold and silver test. A lickety split. Okay, I want to remind you, you do not want to get any of these, you know, acids on your fingers because it will hurt you. They are, in fact, acid. All right, so let me get out. I'm going to test for sterling first, and I like to do that on a white stone. So I'm going to test this right here. You can test sterling 2 different ways, but today I'm just going to do it using the sterling silver acid. You could also test sterling on a dark stone using 18 karat gold acid, and it would give you like a milky blue result. I'm just doing it this one way. If I do get a positive scratch test for sterling with this, then what will happen is that scratch line that you see right there, it will, the actual scratch line will turn like a burgundy. And you can already tell that that's what's happened there. So just as predicted, that is sterling. It's a cute little pin. This little etching and stuff. You know, I'm not one who knows how to fix things like that. But you'll also be able to see that burgundy on a white thing as you wipe it away. You see it right there. And then this is going to disappear really quickly. You can see it changing colors before our very eyes. And all you're going to see left on here is just a burgundy mark. And that's the positive result for sterling. And then I'm going to test here for gold. Okay. So I'm going to do like 3 scratches because when we test for gold, we actually test where we actually find out what, you know, like the carat gold, a 10 karat and a 14 karat, as well as an 18 karat. So we're going to be testing all of those. So for each thing you want to test, you want to scratch 3 times. And I don't know what these are, but there's no marks on it and it seems very old to me. So I just think it's worth checking it out. So this is the dragon, maybe what used to be a pin, I'm not sure. You want to try to scratch in an inconspicuous spot where you're not like damaging the item. And then here we have this that obviously, as you see, looks completely beat up. But it literally says the word gold inside there. So it's probably not, but it's not magnetic. So I'm going to do 3 scratches here. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. All right. So to get a positive reaction for gold, you want to have no reaction here. It should not bubble. It shouldn't disappear. It should literally just sit on there and not do anything. So sometimes you got to give it a few minutes because things that you initially think might be testing positive for gold, you actually realize are not, and you just didn't give it enough time. Okay. But that was the 10 karat gold. And then I'm going to, and you can see how those immediately disappear. So we know even if it is gold, it's not higher than 10 karat. And I'm going to go ahead and put it on this one in case this happens to be vermeil, which is just a gold overlay on sterling silver. And if that was the case, then we would get a reaction here where it would turn a milky blue. I already know that it can't be a reaction for gold. But you see, this is now disappeared. And at first it didn't disappear quickly. So remember how I said it takes a minute? That's what I was referring to. So neither of those are gold or any precious metal. So I'm gonna just put them back in the bag, but now we know. Now we know. So when you clean this up, you do not want to leave it, get it on your hands. Just not good at all. So I'm going to put these back in the bag we had. I always store and keep this, you know, my testing kit for gold and silver. I keep it away from all other metals because believe me, it will like damage other metals. All right, I'm going to grab a couple bags here. These actually have some beads in it. So let me do these real quick. And then it looks like I also have here some men's jewelry. So we'll do those as well. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me tonight. I really love to hear from you guys. I swear, with all my might, I try to get you guys to comment in the chat. And everyone's quiet. And of course, it'd be great to have, if you don't already follow me, have you follow the channel. If you like jewelry unboxings and unjarrings in the store, and press the bell for notifications. So I'm not going to take these all out of the bag, but these are obviously faceted glass beads as well as some metallic, it looks like bezel set kind of beads there. So we got that. And then this looks like a mishmash of beads. But I do have in there some, what looks like to be maybe bone. Yeah, I'm not sure because that's not plastic. It's definitely been carved. So that's interesting. And we've got all these other beads here. These are all gemstone agate beads, and some of them are glass and some of them are, that looks like malachite, which is a stone that has like green stripes. That could be a malachite bead. That's just a wood bead. Got a variety of things here. These art glass beads. It's like molded glass. That's pretty. Okay, so yeah, if anyone's interested, I'm not going to sell individual beads, but I'd be willing to sell the whole little bag. So reach out. We've got a few little charms in here too, as you see. Oh, did you hear that thunder? Woohoo! Okay, I'm going to put some of these away. More brass beads, metal beads. This is glass, kind of, you'd call it like, it's like frosted glass because it's like, you know, not shiny, but you can hear that it's glass. So there's a lot of fun glass beads in here for anyone who, you know, wanted to, you know, restring something. And I don't know if that was part of I think that's what was part of a necklace where this was the closure. Okay, that's cool. Little plastic heart there. All right, so a bag of beads, there you go. That's interesting, looks like ceramic of some type. A little star bead. Okay, so there's that. We got another bag of beads here. Looks like some milk glass and some more regular glass beads. Hold on, I gotta look at those flat ones more closely. Okay, so these white ones and these blue ones, maybe they were part of a bracelet or something because they're all glass beads. Definitely older. Look, this one's capped. I don't know what it went to, but that's what's going on with all those. Little shell bead. Okay, all of these bicone beads here, some multiples of them, are all glass. Okay. And then I was curious about these little flat ones because they're like molded and they almost look frosted. And I think they're glass. So I'm not quite sure what those went on. Here's some unique square beads here. Just a big, you know, faceted bead here. Okay, and it is just glass. So that's good to know. I don't know, I get if those were actual beads or if they were glued down onto something. Maybe they were part of an earring. A little, you know, wrapped, you know, seed bead. You know, like this part would be stuck to an earring where that's the part that shows. So someone could craft with that. This is probably like some type of quartz. And yes, it is. Another bead there and another bead, which that kind of looks like quartz as well. And it is. All right. Well, so there you go. Another bag of beads if someone's interested. And so these were all, I believe, cufflinks that were singles. I think the pairs are in the earrings with pairs, I think. Or maybe they're in, maybe I have a bag of men's jewelry. I'm not sure. But I'm pretty sure these are all singles. Okay. I'm sure that's not a real diamond. Nope. And that actually looks like acrylic to me. Okay. It does have a mark back there that says W. Okay, so here's a variety of single cufflinks. You got to look closely at these things because sometimes they can be like a precious metal. So just looking for brand names or any sort of mark on them. Faceted rhinestone there. This one says Swank. It's a newer one. This one says patent pending, I'm sure. There you go. I think this is what you call a whale back because of the way it angles is like the tail of a whale. And that says something plate. Hold on. It says R&W plate. Okay. Oh, I was thinking this was a match, but it's not a match. And the other one just looks like a rhinestone too. But this does look like more like a stone. Again, it's nothing. This is a glass. You know, cufflink there with a rose. More etched. There's another swank. Just trying to look for any extra marks here. This has got a whale on it. Okay. This is called bullet back. You can see the shape of the part that you turn there. And another whaleback one. And then these are like little smaller ones. Look, it's got some abalone shell in there, inlaid. Sometimes these can be gold. So you really have to, oh, that one's not. You know, not assume. That one says swank. Okay, so those are singles. Let me do a whole bunch of bracelets and just get through these. Again, a lot of them could probably be like, you know, need to be crafted. I don't know. But let's just see what we got. Shall we? Okay, I'm looking right at this because this looks real. Oh my goodness, it is real. It is cold to the touch. It is not hand knotted, but if you look closely here, the pearls can be very, you know, they look very luminescent, I guess is the word. If you rub these together very gently, you should get you could feel like a little grittiness, which I do. I don't know if this is a gold clasp. No, it's not. You can see it's magnetic, but it's also broken. So that bracelet needs a whole new clasp, but still, for anyone interested, that might be something that's nice. I've got a chip bracelet here on a toggle, just gold tone, showing some wear. I'm checking to see if it's just regular glass or if it might be rock crystal. And this is, in fact, just glass. But there you have that. I just got this, you know, stretchy, just really huge bracelet there. This is vintage. You can see all that enameling is like scratching off. But, you know, it's functional. It does work. It's just lost some of its, you know, enameling. It's been a little beat up, I see. A lot of these are definitely going to be scrapped. Just a bangle here, stainless steel or something. Another bangle here. That one might be like aluminum or maybe even pewter. Pewter's a little bit darker and heavier typically. Okay. But I don't really feel like it's sterling. It just has a different look to it. These are glass, artisan made. Very nice though, as you see close up there. Okay. And it's on a stretchy, so not highly valuable or anything. We have a brass little bangle here. So let me just pop it in the screen so we can, so yeah, that one's looking right at 8. Okay. Little brass bangle. I'm sure we have a lot of these smaller ones. You know, you got to be careful sometimes with these really thin ones because you can discover that they're actually sterling. It does exist, but those aren't. This is a mixed metal bracelet. Appears to have, you know, like brass as well as copper, as well as like a silver tone. I don't know if it's actually a precious metal or anything. Let me look on the inside. Well, now there is a mark in here. Let me see what else that says. S-E-R-O. S-E-R-O. I have no idea. I'm stumped. I don't think it's any sort of precious metal. Let me see what happens when I shine it up a little. Well, that shines up really well. This pure costume jewelry, very light, very cheap. Oh, this one is not a bracelet. It appears to be a big owl reticulating pendant. Very large, probably about 5 inches, with this little reticulating eyes too, as you see. I don't see a brand, but this looks like something that could be like Sarah Coventry or, I don't know, one of those vintage brands. This is really, really old. It's just a little glued in rhinestone there, and it says Japan. This is really, really small, like child size. Okay. We've got here a pave rhinestone little cross here, bracelet. This is a charm bracelet, it appears. It's got a little extra heart thing on there that says, I'm not sure what that says. Faux pearls, very light. You know. Here we have, it's like a 10 Commandments little religious bracelet. And it's got literally all the 10 Commandments that it's on a fold-over clasp. So that's interesting. This is one of those, you know, like snap jewelry things. I haven't seen other snap things in here. But the idea is that you just like replace this center one for different pieces whenever you're wanting to change things up. None of this looks sterling or anything. Toggle closure. Obviously missing something there in the middle. This is obviously missing something there. This is a very heavy bangle, but it's magnetic. So there's that. We've got lost a lot of color loss, charm bracelet. Lots of little fun things hanging off this, a wishbone and acrylic and, you know, tassels, open work, charms. So shows a lot of wear. This bracelet, yeah, it doesn't really show much wear, but it's just costume jewelry. These are all just glued in. Nothing expensive or anything like that. Here we have another charm bracelet that says, "We were given this life because you are strong enough to live it." And we have some charms on here. Not sterling silver, I don't think. Let me take a closer look. Oh, part of what I was reading off of had like some plastic on it. So it's actually better than what it was once I pulled all that off. But yeah, I just think all that is a silver tone. This looks about the length of an anklet, to be honest. And it says Panama Jack. Just a little, probably at the beach, anklet. We've got another little charm bracelet here with some pretty little charms. Again, I don't really feel like this is sterling or anything. This is like a church Catholic bracelet, maybe some sort of prayer bracelet or something. This looks like it could be, but it definitely in excellent condition, a little vintage kind of caged faux pearl linked bracelet there. This again is a toggle clasp on just a simple charm bracelet. I mean, without charms on it. These are like evil eye, alternating open work and silver tone, but in good condition. Here we have some elephants. Aren't they cute? On a Rolo clasp there. Just costume jewelry, but cute. Yeah, these are all glued in. This is just a costume jewelry bracelet on a, I don't know which chain that is. Herringbone, I don't know. All right, this is definitely, actually this looks kind of sterling for a second. At first I thought it was just like a cheap, oh, but it's magnetic, so it definitely isn't sterling. But I kind of looked it for a second. Big cuff. I don't know, about a 6 3/4. This is a stretch. Very vintage. We've got enameled section there. And then plain and plain and plain. I don't know. Reminds me of a watch band, but it's just a bracelet. So before the stretch, you're looking at about 6 1/2. Okay, we've got some embossed details on this silver tone bangle, which is obviously over like brass because it's all like peeling off. This is not sterling silver or anything like that, so that's probably gonna have to go to craft. Yeah, this is just a twisting, just regular gold tone bangle. Lost some of its gold tone, but you can see on the edges that the gold tone is kind of rubbing off to show brassiness underneath. Yeah, so I've got a link bracelet here with a fold over clasp, no brand, 7 inches. This is very light metal. It's not heavy. It's got a spring ring clasp there and a big, look, almost reminds me of a stop sign. It also kind of sounds like silver. Silver has a certain sound to it. I don't know that it is. And it's not because it's magnetic, so it can't be silver, but it kind of has that little ting about it. This kind of looks like it attaches like a watch band. Okay, so I guess you put it in like that. It's like a little braided leather cord. It says stainless steel, and on the outside it just has a date. Here we have another like wire wrapped caged bracelet. You see it's kind of artisan made, and it looks like there's a stone on the inside of each of those. Or acrylic, I'm just not sure. Maybe it's moon glow, because it's not, I don't think it's a rock or anything like glass. It kind of looks like moon glow. Magnetic, and I think personally long enough to be like an anklet. It's pretty big. Okay. This is possibly just wrapped around this. I'm not sure. Or broken. So that's hanging from it. And then so is that. You know, maybe this goes in here. Kind of looks like it was in there at one point. I'm stumped. I'm not quite sure what it is. Glued in stones, by the way. So you call this a book chain, a book link chain. You can see close up that those links actually have like embossed designs on it. It's a smaller version of a book chain. And these pearls are faux. It's very vintage and actually looks in decent condition. I mean, it shows some wear, but not so much that it's not wearable. So that's pretty. It has a tag on it and appears to be broken. Okay. This is called cup link. That's the setting that these rhinestones are in. I don't see any marks for sterling silver or anything. And apparently it was one of those bracelets that, you know, you could, you know, tighten and loosen like that. And, you know, obviously this broke somehow. I don't know how to fix that, so that's gonna have to go to scrap. So let me grab these watches real quick. A bag of watches. And apparently some men jewelry as well, because I see this appears to be like a watch band. That's actually really pretty. It says Japan, tops, stainless steel. And that's the pretty side. Yeah, but that's a nice stretchy watch band to put on like a vintage, you know, watch or whatever. So that looks like it's in great condition. Anne Klein is just a more modern, you know, I could put that in a wearable lot, you know, in fine condition, you know. I guess these are tie clips, I guess. I'm not sure. They say swank. Got a little bit. So all of those probably say swank. See what other tie clips are in here. Oh my goodness. It's like someone bought a set of 10. No lie. Let's see. Let's put them out here and see. I don't know why I'm trying so hard to make them stay upright, but now the teacher in me wants to. So they're all swank tie clips. I don't think that one's going to stay upright, but whatever. I'm still looking here. A bowling tie clip. Seen better days with some moon glow. Acrylic little cabochon there. Interesting. There's a larger tie clip. Says swank. Another version of a tie clip, or maybe this is what goes up at the neck when someone is tying the knot of the tie. I can't say I know. I don't understand all the different, you know, men's jewelry. It's magnetic. This is older, much older. Oh, it doesn't say anything. It's just like marks along the edge. I thought it was words, but this says Anson. We've got a money clip here with that same like symbol with the sword from earlier. A very beat up watch here. Well, it's sort of got a domed top there. My husband's into watches. What does this say? Bentema anti-shock, Swiss made. There is another stretchy watch band. Dun, dun. We've got another watch here that says Timex, shock resistant, and the glass, you know, covering there is super scratched up. Here's the part of a watch if you were like crafting. Looks like someone bought it and really didn't use it, you know, to like create your own watch band. Here we have a Kellogg's. It's like a money clip with like a coin on the top. 1854 Kellogg and Company. That is beat up. Huh. Gold tone. Oh, who doesn't want a Ritz cracker watch? I'm sure it's battery run. But you got that. Okay, we got another watch here that has like little dolphins. That's cute. And it said, I can't read what that said. Rumors with a dolphin watch, and that's what the edge looks like. So it's actually a nice, pretty clasp with a little fold over there. No brand. That's interesting. Another money clip, Freeport Grand, Bahamas. I've got another tie. I think this rests on the button of a shirt behind the tie, and then you put the tie through here, and this hangs on the front of the tie. I think that's how that works. I'm not a professional in the matter. Okay, just a simple, I guess, tie pin. I don't see any brand on there or anything. Okay, I have, as you see here, a ton of tie clips, so we'll go over those. So I put this in here thinking that maybe it was somehow connected to the watches, but I don't see anything that has to do with. I think this goes up at the top of the tie. It's missing the little twisty thing here, where you tie the knot of a tie and it like sits under it and keeps it upright, I think. I don't see any marks on it for precious metal or anything. Okay. Cub Scout. I know this because my son was a Cub Scout. This is what they used to take their handkerchief and slide it up around their neck. This is military stuff. Don't know what it stands for. There you go. And this watch is another Timex. You know, it's a solid watch. It's like a bracelet watch. I'm really not sure how you get it on and off. Huh. Oh, like that. Okay. So there's that. And then I have a whole bunch of tie pins here. So let me put these other watches away. I'm trying to go as fast as I can for you. Some of you may not even care about all these random things, but some of you maybe have been following the series of this 67-pound 2 tubs from the antique store thing. And, you know, I had only done parts 1, 2, and 3. Part 3 you can find in the live section of my YouTube page. I didn't want to, like, leave you guys hanging and not do the last parts. So You're going to get this is part 4, and then you're going to get a part 5 that has all necklaces. So a whole bunch of teeny little tie clips. I'm not going to go in and check for gold or anything this second, because that will take forever. But, you know, if anyone reaches out and has interest, obviously I will look very closely at them. But these are all silver and gold tone tie clips. Little embossed or etched marks on there. This one's cute. A teeny little sea turtle. Isn't that cute? He's probably just like a regular pin. Not meant to be a tie pin, but it's got a different back on it. Okay, that I guess people would put like some sort of monogram on there. These are some extra backs. Oh no, they're actual tie clips. Fleur-de-lis symbol there, looks like. And I don't know. Oh my God, this is a diamond. Let me show you. We found a diamond, woohoo! Okay, it's a teeny little diamond, but just a teeny diamond right there. It's a little diamond chip. So I will definitely check and see if this is gold. And even if it's not marked, I will still probably, oh, well, it's magnetic, so it can't be gold. But it can apparently be a diamond. So that's interesting. Well, there you have that. Okay, now we know. So I'm going to put those away. We're going to keep going. Let's do some earring pairs, shall we? I don't know if there's anything good in here. Look at those. Those look tarnished. Imagine if those were sterling silver. They're huge. Teardrop shaped dangle earring. That's something else. Okay, we have, these are really cool earrings. It's missing the little acrylic white part there, but if you look close up, look, this has got a texture to it and a really pretty acrylic, you know, kind of looks like an egg hanging down there. So I don't know if I'll find that other piece that goes on there, but some little open work, kind of artisan looking stainless steel earrings. Oh, this is where I put the pairs. Oh, look, some of these match the tie pins I showed you. I know that there was a tie pin that matched that. So for those of you who have any interest in purchasing or anything, just know that there's a matching tie pin with that. And there's a matching tie pin with these as well, because I saw that in there that we looked at previously. It's got some texture on it. Here's another pair that just have like a shape on it. Okay. I think that's all I see in the tie clip arena. Okay, these are some pretty fancy dangle earrings. Got some little chain links hanging from them. These are stone. Oh, they're cracked. You see how it's been cracked and they tried to glue it back together? Oh, that's a real shame. Some gunmetal hoops. Some little filigree open work dangle earrings. You know, well-made earrings there. But when you clean it up, it looks good. It's got an AB coating. Let's see if there's another one. There is. They were actually earrings at one point. You know, like if you want to put a hook on them or whatever. But so there's those. Okay. I think I opened these. Oh, I don't know. These are like these little balls. I don't know if they're supposed to be earrings, but they're like missing a couple of the little faceted things. And look, there's multiples of them. There's a third one. There's a fourth one, so I don't actually know what they go to. Some long dangle earrings here. These are acrylic, embossed designs on them. That's what the back looks like. They hang down pretty long, looking at a drop of about a little bit longer than 3.5 inches. Okay. Going as fast as I can. Missing some of their pieces that have come off. Acrylic, little faceted pieces on there. These are kind of pretty. Definitely older looking post back. And those are, it's just, it's possible that could be amber. I don't know. Let me use my black light underneath the table and see if I get, and it doesn't seem to react. So no, those are not amber. So there's those. Wow, these are something else. These are a really big earring with some graduating in size balls on there. Hook closure, pretty big. Hangs down about almost 4 inches. So you got that. These are just acrylic, little clip-ons. It's missing its clip-on there. I don't know if we have it. Looks like that's probably it right there. So that could probably be fixed. Look at these little numbers. These are just little, you know, twist back. They go on the ear like, oh, I guess like that. And they're just little gold tone dangles there. Got some rhinestone encrusted half hoops, gold tone. No part of me thinks they're real gold. They just don't look it, but you always need to question it, especially when you have gold posts. So it looks like I have here some mother of pearl, little cha-cha dangly coin, little beads there. Wow, those are something else. I don't know if those are sterling, but we've got a little acrylic cha-cha dangle there. Not sterling. These are put together with wires. You can see the construction in there. Some of the wires coming off. Little twist back. Got a lot of verdigris damage on there. So these are just kind of a dangle earrings where it's like, you know, I guess it's concave when it goes in. I don't know. I think these are just some type of brass. I don't think they're sterling or anything. This is a significant back. It makes me feel like it would be gold or something. But it goes onto a more significant pair of earrings, clearly. Don't know what that goes to. Okay, here's very old little clip-on earrings there. Oh, those are retro and dirty. So there's those. We've got these teeny little earring that are not gold, but you always have to check. Some faux pearl studs that are on clip back. Here's some of the little rhinestones that go in those other earrings. These are like glass. Those look very old. Yeah, wow, look at the details of them. It looks like more of the gold tone is rubbed off that right one. These are just mother of pearl seed bead dangle hook earrings there. These are milk glass. Look at the verdigris there. Whew. Those would require some work, but they're all there. Oh no, it's missing its thing right there. Okay. Here looks like a match with a caged faux pearl, gold tone, dangle twist back. You've got some little acrylic clip-on earrings there. These look like they've seen better days. They're quite significantly beat up, but they do say on them Hong Kong. These are gunmetal, and it almost looks like little marcasites on there. They are newer. They look in pretty good condition. Here we have some alternating tiger's eye, as well as possible, that is rock crystal. So rock crystal and tiger's eye dangle earrings. I don't know if those are, oh, they're magnetic, so not sterling. I've got these more modern brassy textured dangle earrings here, looking like that. Lost a few of the little tassel-y numbers on this earring. Don't know where those are. Look at these teeny. This is a teeny. I don't know how that works. Is that an earring that you just put over your ear and it just stays in place? I don't really know what that is. It's magnetic. So these belong to earrings, but I don't know where the thing is. These look like Marcus. Oh, at first they look like marcasite, but they are beaten up. If you look really close, they do look like marcasites. They're really, really dirty. I think they are marcasites, but I don't believe that these are sterling. They used to be a clip back earring. You see how it has that piece there and it's come off, and not sterling. I have these two earrings that are obviously damaged. Earrings. What is this? Does it like clip on your ear or your nose or what? I'm not sure. So maybe somehow it hangs from your ear. We've got, these are cute, dainty little, you know, pearl dangle earrings, faux pearl. You can see the paint is coming off them. They are glass faux pearls, but the paint covering is coming off of them. Little AB bezel set studs, this random weird back, and then we have these half. Those are actually in really good condition, and they are, at least the big stone is prong set. They just had a look of more of a, like a gold filled, but apparently not. Okay, so nothing of too massive value. Okay, one random earring there that is, looks like it's just a rhinestone ring. I don't think it's gold. Oh, but it's not magnetic, but I don't see a mark on it. We have these little cute emerald cut little rhinestone earrings. I doubt that they are a gemstone. No, they are just glass, but if they got cleaned up, they would be cute little studs, right? Okay, so I have those. Some of these might be gold. I don't know. That's not gold. This kind of looks gold to me. Also looks broken. Oh, not gold. Not gold. Okay, good to know. You know, maybe these go on this, because I think what you do is you put this through here. You put the earring in your ear, and then you put on the back. I guess you could add that to any back. Maybe that's like an Avon thing. See, like that? I don't know that it necessarily goes with this one, but this is the only matching pair I have in here. So I'm going to put it on it. They're magnetic, so I know they're not a precious metal. Anyways, got it. Okay, I have two more bags here. One bag has single earrings, and one bag has a whole bunch of pins, and we are done for the evening. So let's do the singles first. and then I'll move over. And the reason this matters to me is because sometimes people use singles and they like to turn certain things into pendants if it's a really nice piece. Or they might use them for craft or use them for other things. Or it might be a precious metal that has some value. That's why I don't immediately throw that away. That's just a wood multi-strand bracelet that I forgot to show you. Okay. I remember when I was opening this, I was so disappointed because I think I opened some of these earrings in another show on part 1, 2, or whatever. And there were a lot of earrings in here that I absolutely loved, but there was only one. But how cute of a pendant would that be, right? It's just a brassy earring and there's only one, okay? Only one of those. That's glass. Okay, heavy, serious earring there. Yeah, I suppose you could turn that into a pendant. I don't know. So there's that. This looks like Brighton. I don't know that it is. But it's heavier, kind of curved, single earring. Can you believe this is an earring? Wow. Oh my God. Really? Like, who would wear an earring this big? So let me scroll out there. This is clip back. That's how long the earring is. Holy moly. It is literally, including the chain tassel, 7 inches long. Isn't that ridiculous? Craziness. Cute little owl earring. At first I thought that could be gold, but then the post is not gold, so I don't believe it is. This is the earring I found earlier. You know, think of what you could do with that. It could be part like a thing at the bottom of a longer necklace or whatever. A lot of people like to use a lot of single earrings for, you know, craft lots to create other things. Look at how long this earring is. All seed bead, long dangle earring there. It is from the top of the hook, almost 7 inches as well. So isn't that interesting? Little single earring there. Very geometric and modern. So, you know, glass, art glass, and definitely lovely. And yeah, that's just a glass or faux pearl. A little dangle faux pearl earring there. These are all singles. Twist back. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? So anyways, clip back earring there. You can see the rivets back there, the construction. I don't see any brand on that. Look at that. Really lovely dangle with a little bit of cleanup revives it. So it's looking like that. How about that for you? Talk about beauty. I recall one of these are Weiss. This might be Weiss, but I definitely didn't find its pair. All prong set. Yep, there you go. Weiss. Beautiful. Clip back earring. That's just a shell earring. That might need to test for gold. I'm not sure. Can do that later. That's acrylic. Oh no, it's shell, dyed shell. Okay. Really large, you know, wire and seed bead dangle earring. I mean, you can see how big it is comparison to my palm. Look at that earring. Whoa, that would be a fun pendant, right? It's huge. The people dancing. Beautiful, gorgeous earring here. Isn't that beautiful? Long dangle earring there. Again, only a single. I only have one of these. No brand or anything. Beautiful cup link dangle earrings there. They look fantastic. Look at these beautiful ones. I love these. They're probably more modern. It's like a gunmetal, but I love the pretty red against the gunmetal. Sorry, it goes like that. Really long. Reminds me of Avon. Now this, I feel like, is something significant, but like Trifari or I don't know. But it's so well done. These are all prong set milk glass. It's super heavy. There's only one. It's beautiful. No brand. Just lovely. This is just different types of jasper on that earring. More of these rhinestone earrings, missing a pearl. Look at that huge clip-on. So kind of cha-cha with a very large stone at the bottom. Clip-on earring. Look at this cute one, a little cherry. All prong set. Very, very cute. Look at that beautiful glass bead dangle. So looking like that. You see, you can see how people could reuse these. It's just a dangle earring. Very old though, and suspicious kind of gold. That might be one worth testing. You can see it's got some etched designs on there, as well as on the front of that hook. Let me see if I see anything. I don't see any mark for precious metal. That was the one that I had in the other thing. This is enameled there. Some more mother of pearl with all its dangles. Isn't that pretty? Just like that. Mother of pearl, shell, faceted glass, simple little bezel set, silver tone dangle. Look at this earring. It's got the pin set, kind of cluster in the middle, and some dangles. Maybe this is supposed to be as long as the other one, and it's the chain's just stuck. I'm not sure, but that's pretty beautiful. Little rose in there. Interesting. Okay. Those are just glued in, just a little, probably Sarah Coventry or something. Oh, no, it says listener. I love all these single ear. All these stones are just lovely. Faceted glass stones there. More faceted glass. AB stones. Post back. Rhinestone earrings. A little bit of Christmas bells going on there. Look at that beautiful earring. Don't know if that's amethyst. Probably not. Nope, just glass. This can be used to fix an earring. This is very Avon looking to me. Isn't that pretty? Love it. Another beautiful faceted rhinestone earring there. And this one's missing a baguette, but a nice clip-on. Can be used for craft. This is, you know, shell, mother of pearl. And then this is just, I think this is just acrylic. It doesn't feel heavy enough. Oh, look, we have the other part to that longer earring. You just don't have the part that it attaches to. A lot of really lovely, these are my type earrings, very dainty earrings. Again, more faceted stones there. Pretty little butterfly, AB stones, enameled, beautiful floral heart with some rhinestones in the center. Another AB coated vintage earring. Look at this, is beautiful. Isn't that gorgeous? You could turn that into a pendant. Isn't that pretty? More modern, for sure. Beautiful vintage twist back. And those are prong set on that one. A lot of vintagey looking earrings. Look, this is like, looks like a color changing, like, little stud there. This looks sterling right here. This looks, maybe not. The back does not look sterling. Hold on. No, not sterling, which makes me think it's probably not amethyst either. And it's not. It's just glass, but super pretty, right? More faux pearl. More single earrings, rhinestones, glass. Okay, that looks real. That is a real pearl. You can just tell the luster. It's a little dirty, but doesn't change that it's real. I'd be surprised. Maybe it could be like sterling silver with gold over it, vermeil. I don't know. It might be worth checking that clasp. It's not magnetic. Okay, more single earrings, a few beads actually. More mother of pearl, glass. Those are real. Those are real pearls there. This pretty little dangle earring. There you go. Lots of craft potential there in all of those single earrings. Okay, the last bag. Thank you for hanging with me, sticking with me this long. The last bag. This is a whole bunch of really like pins. Probably a lot of military pins or pins from different places. I'm not a professional in these things. Heavy gold plate, church related. These must hang from someone's uniform. It must have some sort of significance. It has like a mark on the back, but I don't know what it stands for. So we're going to find a lot of church related things in here. Pins from different events. Sydney, USA and Sydney. I don't know. You know. So let me just clip through these real quick. A chapel pin. Some of these can be really valuable. Opening ceremonies, Liberty Weekend. I don't know what that is. I'm going to keep going here. I'm going to go through these very fast. But reach out if you're interested in any of them. Bravo. Football here. And then this says Commercial Club, 60 years. A lot of times these can be gold. So you don't want to ever just assume some sort of church pendant. Digger Young Jr. I don't know what that means. A little pin here. League High Series. Oh, it's a bowling pin. Women's something international bowling club, maybe. I don't know. Presbyterian Church. Pittsburgh North. Yeah, I don't know what it stands for. I live in Pittsburgh, so it's not unusual to have a Pittsburgh pin. 1965 something. Oh, this should have gone in with the pins, the tie pins. Okay, American flag. League runner-up. Okay. Captain's circle. First officer. This must be something on a military. Maybe some goes in like for the buttons or something. Now that is mother of pearl, something that fell off of something. Vietnam veteran. Very damaged pin. Very old. Wow. San Jose Church, founded 1532. Let me clean this a little bit and see if I can revive it. Wow. That's pretty old. I don't know how old. But okay. Again, these things that are added onto people's uniform are maybe not for military, but it says 100% attendance. And again, it's got a mark on the back. I don't know anything about that. Chatham College, Methodist, little backs. Happy birthday pin. Coventry Cathedral. Forbidden something in Tennessee. This says Bert and Harry fan club. Who the heck are Bert and Harry? And on the back it says PB. It says something. This one might be worth researching, that one. I don't know who Bert and Harry are. Pennsylvania birds. I think that these all go on like a bracelet. They're beads. That is a broken pin. 100% duty, whatever, okay. Welcome to our world. ComSat. Shooting team. Mother, child, something. Adolescent. Tribute to, let's see, it says, a living tribute to dedicated Shriners. Okay. Greenville College. That's a teeny thing. That makes me think it could be valuable. Maybe not. But it's very small. It's like someone praying with wings. I'm not sure. Hard to tell. Dresden. Something. Simperoper. I don't know what that means. Oh, that's another pin. Tie tack. I'm going to stick it over in that pile. Okay. Is that the flag? Oh, Greece. My son's going to Greece for a class trip here. Not a school trip. He already graduated from high school this year, but he's doing a 10-day Greece trip that is, you know, through the school. I mean, we still had to pay. National History Day. Some church-related something. Cross. Mountaineer Mission Corps. It's a neat little pin there that says American Legion. It's got, it's like a leaf. Thank you for your service. Oh, I don't know what that stands for. It looks like a skiing club. Another cross. This is kind of heavy, actually. I put all the crosses in here. That one looks copper. And it says solid copper. I'm not crazy. Methodist, another Methodist church one. I'm trying to do these fast. American flag. Another Liberty Weekend. Oh, that one says Presbyterian and Mission. Maybe this is what people wear when they go to church on Sunday, and they're the ones that like bring the communion or something. Yeah, little charms. This is interesting. Cox and Company. My father worked for Cox for several years. One school, one team. More of these little inserts. Some multiples of them. We have a clasp here that kind of looks gold. Okay, this looks like a really possible, I don't think it's an old coin. I think it's just made to look old. Church pin. The back of a puffy heart. I don't know. Dallas, Texas pin. Another church pin. Okay. I think that's another tie tack. I'll put it in my other stack. There's another cross, crucifix, whatever. I don't actually know what this is. Maybe it's some type of, like you're supposed to put something in there. You see how that's open on that side? I have no idea. More crosses. Okay, another cross. A whole bunch more of these little things. There's another one. There's another one. What do they actually say? Silver anniversary. Okay. I think maybe that's for, was it for President Hoover? I don't know. People put that on like their lapel. That looks like glasses. It says Marvella. I have no idea. Oh, I think it goes like that. B or FFA. That one looks like really official because it twists on the back. Some random keys, more cross, crucifix, a veteran. Oh, Harley Davidson. That can sometimes be valuable, especially because it's got its mark on the back. Stanley Cup Championships. Okay, that might be valuable. Not sure what those are. Oh, Glock. I don't know what that is. That's pretty. That's like American Legion. It's like got something inside of it. It's very interesting. Little teeny pins. Don't know what they stand for. Yeah, whatever. I'm almost through it. Hang with me. We're almost there. Something to go with a watch. Gosh, there was so much in these tubs. It looks like a foreign country somewhere. Very old USA Olympic pin. More of these. And again, another one. I'm not sure what that is a picture of. More of these coin looking things that probably are fake. An Ireland broken pin. American Legion. Hamilton. What does this say? It says American Legion 1980. Okay. Barcelona. The NRA. And then a whole bunch of random leaves. I don't know what that went to. Oh, now here we have another one of these pins with that same shape. I wonder if that other pin that I had earlier that had rhinestones on it were connected to that. Chaumont? I don't know. It might be a different language. More of these faux coins. What does that stand for? Cole Morgan. Just showing you all of them. This looks super old, and it goes on something different way. Definitely military. More crosses. Some random beads. More beads. This is the Midnight Express. That's cool. I think that's like a train. Is that Cub Scouts maybe? More of these. And then another one of these things that has that. I'll have to look it up. I think that's YMCA. United States Army. Okay, that's Israel, I guess. In France? I don't know. Honoring those who served. Captain, okay. Some sort of workers association. It's got a man standing there. Maybe this is the Lions Club. Don't know. Another language. Maybe that's like flight wings or of some type. These are just backs. An empty flag. Looks like a church. Lord's. I'm not sure what that one says. Be prepared. I bet you that's also Cub Scouts. I bet you. These are more of these things that I think they twist on the backs of some of those pins. They must be more valuable. Little bird charm. I think that's also Cub Scouts. And that's it. Wow. All that being said, we got through it. So, okay, so this is an awkward way to say hello, but I am literally on the road today, driving to Chicago, the Chicago area, and currently sitting in traffic. My car is moving about 3 miles an hour. And I thought I'd just pop on here and say hello as I just sit in this traffic. It's been forever that I've been sitting here. So you are literally sitting on my dashboard staring at me through my steering wheel. And I'm not looking at you very much because I'm looking at the road. But there, hello. What you're watching today is part 4 of this 67-pound antique store, 2 tubs for $100 jewelry haul that I had purchased from the owner of this antique store, local here in the suburbs of Pittsburgh. And we've been going through it for several videos. I'm hoping that you enjoy sifting through all the goodies. So I just thought as I was driving along that maybe I could do a fun thing and surprise you guys with a giveaway, that if you made it through this whole video, you'll know about what to do for the giveaway to be eligible. So as I'm driving from state to state, it made me think, okay, this is what I want you to do. That's my favorite part of, posting my videos, is hearing from you guys about anything, whatever. So to be eligible for the giveaway, I would like you guys to tell me what actual state you are viewing from. Or if you're watching internationally, obviously I live in the United States. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania is where I live. But if you're viewing internationally, you can tell me what country you're watching from. It's going to be a surprise what you get. But it's going to be items that I pull from the items I showed here in part 4. And some fun little goodies, and you can be surprised. So you don't have to have purchased anything to be eligible, but I need you guys to make a comment and say hello, of course, and then you can tell me where you're viewing from. So I'm gonna just basically take all those comments and then draw a name, and whoever wins, I will reach back out to you and get your mailing address so that I can ship things to you. You will not have to pay for shipping. It will be my treat. So I always appreciate you guys out there supporting me. Again, it's Curry, and I'll see you later. I wish you luck on getting your name picked for the giveaway, the surprise giveaway. But it'll be fun stuff. It'll be things that I think are interesting and fun. See you later. We're moving now, so I got to say goodbye. If there's anything of interest in this video, please reach out to my email, Cherished Relics Boutique. I'll put it on the screen at gmail.com if you wanted to do a private sale. But it's easy peasy. I just bill through PayPal and do the shipping through that. And there's, look at this, is the other part of that tie bar. I'm going to put that in that stack over there. We'll see you next time. Goodbye from Cherished Relics Boutique. Later.